go ahead and start. Let's start with the win for the week. On, want to start?
Nothing big, but I have a meeting with the client after this office meeting for a reverse mortgage.
Oh,
so yeah, so I'll be able to kind of will be my first one, so I'll be able to kind of use him as a guinea pig. Hopefully he can't tell. But I think he is, from my understanding, he is retired. I think he's about almost 70. He has I think he mentioned he had about maybe 500,000 equity in his home. He still has a mortgage. He is retired, so he's trying to, and the mortgage is eating into his retirement. So he's trying to figure out what is a good route. And he said his mortgage is like $3,000, so I was trying to figure something out for him.
Wow! All right, awesome. Well, then I'm gonna piggyback off you on. I actually have a reverse mortgage that just came my way on Monday. I haven't heard from this. I haven't heard from this agent in a while. And do you remember Deborah Myers?
From Richard.
Yeah. So she left and joined another real estate team, I think called Richard Reyes, in like Glendora area. But regardless, I haven't talked to Deborah in a very long time. And she called me on a Sunday night and said, "Hey, do you speak Korean?" And I just said yes. My Korean is, for those of you who are Korean, my Korean is just sufficient. Okay, it's not proficient. But I just said yes, and so I had a very brief call with the older lady. She's 75 years old. She lives in Anaheim Hills. She needs a reverse mortgage. So really cool. I'm right there with you on. I know C is doing one right now, actually, with Finance of America. It hasn't been the easiest, but maybe the three of you I don't know, we can get together, maybe even on our Thursday calls and talk about it. But yeah, okay, don't go in it alone. Kiana, anything you want to share? Win for the week?
Nothing really special. I know I have to start the call script. And I'm planning to dive into it in the coming days.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
Awesome. Peter.
One of my mutual business partner friend introduced an employee who's buying the house right now in Tennessee.
Oh wow.
I didn't know, but in the middle of a review, he tells me that my friend shouldn't know that he's buying something out of state because he's thinking of leaving out of town. So I called him, not telling him what is happening, but just like the other other business proposals that I give out, he should try to make some financial decision before the end of the year. So I made him to think that buying a $400,000 condo is feasible option to increase the spending. So over like 4 phone calls, I was able to grab 2 purchase deals. So it works. Calling out, people that, because the car 100%, I think I forgot the IRS code. Let me Google search really fast. So we used to completely waive the cars and vehicle that is more than 6,000 pounds if you're a business owner. But starting January of this year, it dropped down to 60%. Next year, it's going to go down to 40%. So one-time deduction is no longer applied. So business owners who's expecting to, buy cars and multiple, I guess, I don't know, like bonuses or whatever, goods and jewelries, cannot, deduct 100% of the expenses anymore in one shot. So I'm using this as a tool to start the engagement, start the conversation, leading them into purchasing something different. It could be stocks, but if it's not, it should be real estate. is what I'm trying to tell. If you guys want to know more, maybe I can, share what I'm doing maybe on the next time.
Okay, perfect. Great. It's a small group. Romy, how's everything going?
I'm trying to fit in
I'm sorry.
this girl. Yeah, I'm trying to fit in this company.
Uh.
Yeah, still learning.
Yeah, good.
Mhm.
And you want to share one thing you learned?
One thing I learned
Recently, yesterday.
yesterday. Oh, I learned how to calculate the lender credit.
Oh, okay. Okay,
Mhm.
good. Yeah.
So what she's doing is identify what is recurring closing cost and non-recurring closing cost.
Mhm.
So the items that we can pay through lender credit and we cannot,
Gotcha.
so that we don't have to overbear. If we end up giving more, principal reduction applies and jeopardize the transaction completely.
Yeah. Okay, great. Actually, I wanted to share real quickly before we get onto the topic, another small win. I've had this client for a while. I met actually sometime last year. She's a sister of another client. She's just in a very, very bad position. She owns a home. She is a traveling nurse. And her company bellied up last year. And she basically, her hours were significantly reduced. She hopped onto another company making very minimum wages. And bottom line is right now she's like 6, 7, 8 months behind on her mortgage. Okay. And she initially approached me asking, hey, can we sell our home to a friend? And just know this, guys. When you are selling a home if it's what's called a non-arm's length transaction, okay? A non-arm's length is right. So if I was to sell my house to Paul, I was house to sell Hyuna, anyone on this group, because there's no family relationship, it's an arm's length transaction. Okay. When it's considered a non-arms, that means someone within your arm, right? Someone close to you, a family. That's what's considered a non-arm's length transaction. Now, for the purpose of trying to sell a home with gift of equity, because let's say I own the home and I'm in trouble and I can't pay my mortgage right now. So I'm going to sell it to Paul, who's my brother. Okay. And he's not going to make a down payment because he's my brother. We're going to do a gift of equity and he's going to buy the house from me. Right. So, because I want to keep the house within the family. Well, that's not allowed. Okay. There's a rule, and it just slipped my mind right now. Oh, bailout. So there are rules, okay, or guidelines regarding bailouts. For that purpose of, because Paul's my brother, he cannot buy my house with me giving him a gift of equity to bail me out of my sinking mortgage situation, right? Because I've missed 6 or 7 payments. I'm in default now. It's going to go into foreclosure. I can't sell it to my brother, Paul, with him bringing no money down because there's no bailout. Okay. So now I could sell my house on the market to On, who I don't know. I just met him on the street. He can buy it, but I can't obviously do a gift of equity. He's going to have to come up with his own funds. Okay. So, but anyways, that's kind of the situation. And thankfully, after talking to Peter at Giving Tree, he was able to provide an option for my client. And that is, it's a private money. Okay, so I do want to highlight this. It's a private money loan. I'm only taking $80,000 out. And the sole purpose of this, guys, and I'm going to explain why first. The sole purpose of this is to temporarily put her back into a current situation with her mortgage, right? So she right now is behind, like, let's call it $20,000 in her mortgage payments. She needs to bring it current, but she doesn't have any money right now. So she's going to take this loan out, make it current, and then sell the home on her accord as a regular transaction. Because currently, right now, if she was to sell it, right? I mean, technically, it's underwater, right? So the bank can intervene, or a buyer can come in, figuring out, hey, what's going on here, and lowball the bid, right? I mean, so there's several issues there that could happen that's not beneficial to my client, and so she's taking out a loan, a temporary loan, to bring her payment current. Now, Peter, is it okay to share the terms of it?
What do you mean by the terms?
Just the rate and the.
Oh, sure.
Yeah. So this. Go ahead.
Oh, go ahead. Continue.
Okay. So what we have for my borrower right now is it's 20% interest rate. Okay, right? 20%. There is no prepayment penalty though. Okay. There is a fee of 10 points. Okay, so on this $80,000 loan, there is a investor fee of 10 points. So in this case, it's $8,000. Okay, and Giving Tree, you as the loan officer, you can charge what you want to charge. But this is something that can be done in a matter of days or within 2 weeks, I'll say. Okay. Again, and the payment is interest only. Okay. The payment is interest only. There's no appraisal needed. There's no other, really, it's very minimal docs. Okay. Now, again, the 20% might scare you off. Okay. But again, there's no prepayment penalty. The idea here is for her to pay off the overdue balance on their mortgage, bring it current, and then be able to sell the home right away. Okay, investor's happy because he just made 10%. He just made quick money anyways, right? And probably make some interest, of course, for a few months. But this option here really is saving my client, right? As unattractive as you might find it, oh my gosh, it's 20% interest rate. Oh my goodness, I have to pay 10%. Look, it might save her tens, if not hundreds of thousands of dollars, though, in the long run, right? So just know that, just to highlight right now, another really amazing product. Again, it's not something you're going to probably take on, regularly. And it's probably really a one-off scenario. But right now we're seeing one-offs everywhere right now, right? Just because of the marketplace. So just know that you have that. Once this concludes, hopefully, fingers crossed, I will share with you guys more in greater detail the process in its entirety. Okay, so we just did this over the weekend. Peter was working graciously over the weekend, sent me the terms, opened escrow, and we're hopefully finalizing and hopefully close soon. So just wanted to highlight that.